Positive energy and good vibrations from me to you. You have now tuned in to the Imperfect Fathers Podcast. Yo, what it do, good people. You know what it is. This is RG, the Imperfect Gentleman, and this is the Imperfect Fathers Podcast. Yo, fellas, say what up to the good people, man.
Yo, what it do? You already know who it is. It's your boy KB from It's Now or Never Entertainment. Back at you for another live episode of the Imperfect Fathers. We got all four babies in the building today. It's about to be lit. Hey, switch talk to the people, man.
Listen, let me let the people know. Listen, we love each other. It's never any hate in here. It's never anything in the building. So when you guys see this blood and crip thing going on, we didn't spend not he is not a formal blood, and I am not a casual crip tonight. We're just imperfect fathers doing what we do, and I didn't have a chance to throw on my shirt. But I am Swiss Mahogany, and I am the most grateful father on this platform. Excuse the eyes, but you know I own Kenny Cocktails, and I had like 2 of them today. Let me pass it off to somebody else.
Yo, listen, what I had to do really quick was mute Troy because our audio listeners, what you don't know is Troy is sitting outside right now. So that noise that was cutting into my man Swizzle while he was talking just now was a plane going by, I believe, or some kind of motorcycle of some sort. But we had to mute Troy for 2 seconds. So if you couldn't hear what he was saying, we apologize about that part. But
by the way, Lisa don't let him smoke inside the house, so that's why he got to take his head outside the house.
Yeah. He got to get his big head ass outside smoking that cigar. You absolutely right about that.
We got to, Lisa.
Yo, Swizzle, what was the last part that you were saying, bro?
Oh, I was just asking them to forgive me for my eyes. If they look like they're closed, they're not. They actually are open. I just own Candy Cocktails. That's a really great infusion company, and I drank 2 of them today. Like, I don't know. So,
yo, listen. That's
I'm imperfect. I'm in my very imperfect form right now.
Yo, we'll talk about that. Yeah, no, it's not might. It is going to go left. But what we're going to say, we're going to talk about in a few seconds, we do our commercials, why Swiss's eyes is looking like that currently. But before we do all that, yo, TR, say what up to the good people, man.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is TR Trouble. Listen, sorry I'm outside. Y'all know I can't even be a grown-ass imperfect father in my own house. My wife don't let me smoke in the house. But y'all know how I do. I'm going to bring y'all a new cigar every week. So this week I'm bringing ATL Cigar Company. Here we go. Black-owned cigar company. I'm smoking the Libertado. Man, it's spicy. It's delicious. It's here in ATL. Grab one if you want the ATL. Check them out, atlcigarcompany.com. Listen, we here for another live episode for the Imperfect Fathers. We here to chop it up. We got a hot-ass segment. I don't even know what else to say about it, man. But before we get into it, before I tell you who we talking about tonight, I'm gonna let my man RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, introduce himself.
Yo, man, listen. Positive energy as always, man. You guys know who I am. If you don't know, check my bio. It's getting pretty extensive. I must say so myself, and I'm proud of it.
Talk that talk.
Check this out. Check this out, man. Oh yeah, baby flexing. Because you know what it is. I've learned that in order to understand like your path, sometimes you have to appreciate yourself and the journey that you're on. So I'm appreciating my journey. But while we're doing that, what I'm gonna do right now is say we got 2 things that we must do, and they must come in order. We got to talk to the most perfect father, because being that we're the imperfect fathers, we got a perfect father that we speak to weekly, and then after that we're gonna pay the bills. So with that being said, what was that?
We speak to him daily, but on this platform it's weekly.
Oh yeah, facts. You already know. So with that being said, Father, we thank you. We're grateful for another week. We're grateful for our life, our health, and our strength. And not just that, we're grateful for our positions in life. We know that we are the head, God, the foundation of which our families stand on. So right now, in this space and over these airwaves, we ask you right now to make sure that everything we say right now come from a place of love and to come from a place of understanding, as well as a place of stern will, and also understanding that we're not perfect. We are the imperfect father, so therefore we are going to do some things that is not right in some eyes. So with that being said, God, we ask you to make sure that the ears that listen to this podcast be open and have understanding as well. So with that being said, we thank you and we praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And listen, to all my imperfect fathers out there who lead their household, not run their household, but who lead their household. Remember, you are the head and not the tail.
Facts. So
above and
now
not beneath.
you heard it.
On top and not on the bottom.
Whoa, wait a minute. What? And that right there is how we start the show off. For those that don't know, and you only listening to us with the yes.
It's a flag on the plate. I don't know if it's a plane. I don't know.
Swiss, he's a flag on the plate. All right, we got to get Swiss out of here because now he's saying anything. All right, now what I don't know is that our panel, we have guys that would do and say anything on our panel. So every so often they get thrown to the back when they don't know how to behave, and we got to like bring it back together. But right now, listen, in our order.
Hey, no, we got to tell them though. We got to tell them.
All right,
TR and Swiss leads the league, bro. They get tossed out more than anybody that I've ever known, bro.
Like, yo, they guaranteed at least once, as you can see on every episode, to leave the panel at least once.
I just
so
said
over under. I didn't listen. Hey, to be honest with you, Swiss, I agree with you on this one. I don't think you did anything to get tossed out. But my over under on Troy is 3 today.
Okay.
So I got 3 over.
Okay.
Over 3.
Okay. I would say I'm gonna be daring and say at least like 3 more. So I'm gonna say 4.
Gee. Let's see.
Yeah, listen, in the order of
let's pay some of these bills, baby.
We don't know what the hell that was again out there. But now we're gonna pay these bills. Listen, guys, the usual suspects, as always, the guy sitting right next to me. This guy right here, KB, over at Now and Never Entertainment, is one of the best producers I have ever seen, worked with, and actually had opportunity to literally make projects with. So listen, patient, thoughtful, kind, understanding, and also willing to take on any kind of project. You're looking at him. KB over at Now and Never Entertainment. He will definitely help you push a project, whether it be hip hop, gospel, which is his specialty, reggae, country, you name it. He can definitely help you with the project.
Neo soul.
You name it. Swiss is over here singing in his brain. He has something to say right now, but we're not even gonna let him do it right now in this moment. So listen,
I'm on Facebook. I'm looking at Facebook. Facebook had a delay, so I'm looking at me and Troy pointing at KB like, we look silly as hell right now. Pointing at KB, but it's okay. This is the show they did. Like, oh my God, this is what they see. Let me straighten up right now.
That boy is high as hell. Listen.
Yeah, we gonna
now him go to It's Now and Never Entertainment on IG, or It's Now and Never _ Entertainment. And then that'll take you directly over to my beat store. 50% off if you use the word imperfect.
Yo, that's a phenomenal deal, man. Shop smart, shop black, shop now. It's Now and Never Entertainment. Listen, for all you guys printing needs, see, 2 of us tonight is actually in uniform. KB and Troy right now are currently wearing the uniform for the podcast, which is brought to you by Cassie's Classic Design. Listen, for all your printing needs, right? I mean everything, whether it be hats, cups, shirts, right? Even signs, you name it. Cassie's Classic Designs. And you know, the truth is, she can even put them on your drawers. We say that every so often, but it's the truth. She can definitely stitch some things on your drawers or whatever you need on your drawers or your socks. But listen, if you need it done, hit her up. Cassie's Classic Design on Instagram, as well as Cassie's Classic Design at gmail.com.
Yo, Doc, did you see that pec pop I was doing though? I've been hitting them push-ups, bro. I'm just saying.
All right, so for on my audio
That was
listeners,
super
you
random,
guys
bro.
don't understand. He just did a peg jump on the screen, so I had to throw his ass off again.
Yeah, he had to go.
So we got to bring him back now. Swiss left. I think Swiss was appalled. I don't know. I don't even know what happened to Swiss. I think Swiss didn't want to see your titties bounce. But with that being said, guys, what's happening right now? The vibe you're feeling is normally a vibe you would get when you partake in one of those delicious creations over from Candy Cocktails. Listen, do you see
Facts.
Swiss's eyes right now? Swiss looks like a black Asian right now. He looks like he looks black in knees. And that is one of the side effects of one of the candy cocktails. Now, listen, they come in all kinds of alphabet structures, right? They come in the T8. I mean, yeah,
Yo,
they come with the CBD, right?
that's
They come
the
with
that's the correct alphabet.
they come with the other three, if you know what I mean.
THC.
And Swiss said, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. So if you want to look black in knees, holla at Swiss and Candy Cocktails, and they can do it for you. We are all believers. As a matter of fact, we are all
All partakers.
partakers of the candy. So listen, if you want to experience a wonderful product that literally will have you relaxed and will have you looking like Swiss right now, holla at him over at Candy's Cocktails. Yo, Swizzle, appreciate you. Listen, Troy, do your job, man.
Wait, nah, we still got, man. You doing it again now.
Hold on.
You doing it again. I have a wife. Man, y'all go listen to last week's episode, man. That joke was hilarious.
Yo,
Man.
Troy, just to make KB happy, man. Tell us about your business, man. What's the name of your business again?
Smoke cigars.
Say it again. You was on mute. We couldn't hear you.
My bad. It's called I Can't Be a Grown Ass Man in My House and Smoke Cigars. That's .com.
Man, I love this podcast.
I can't be the head and smoke cigars in my house. So I gotta go various different places and smoke cigars.
We outside.
So I'm always outside. So it might be 1,000,000 degrees outside. Y'all gonna see me out here in a goddamn parka with goddamn icicles on my goddamn eyelashes.
We outside was in person.
It's gonna be 112 degrees. I'll be goddamn sweating oil because I'm fat. I can't be a grown damn man in my house and smoke cigars.
Yeah.
Shout out to my wife.
Yo, shout out to Lisa, man. We love you, Queen. Yo, Chuck, get it started, man. Let's go.
Listen, so everybody's been talking about it, so we talking about it. Listen, Kevin Samuels, Derek Jackson. So we're gonna kick tonight's episode off with my man Kevin Samuels, and we've been talking about this kind of behind the scenes. Everybody's got a different opinion on Kevin Samuels about the way he talks to black men, single black women, single mothers, right? And I'm not just gonna say black, but those are the majority of people that I see kind of on his podcast, on his YouTube. And then later on in the episode, we're gonna talk about this dude, Derek Jackson. Woo! Listen, we're gonna jump right into it. Kevin Samuels. So before I even pass it, I'm gonna say this.
Dang, no
Before
ready,
I really listen, look at RJD getting ready. Before I thoroughly listened to Kevin Samuels, I wasn't really feeling this dude. Right? I had listened to little clips here and there, heard people talk about him, and then somebody sent me a couple of clips. I shared it with my wife, and before I was like, yo, I'm ready to knock this dude's block off. Like, because I didn't appreciate it. But when I really sat down and listened to the information that he was providing based on the guests that came on his show, it really changed my mind. Because in the beginning, I was like, yo, I'm not really feeling how this dude delivers his information. But oftentimes, the truth, no matter how we deliver it, hurts, right? So, we hear Kevin Samuels talk about, we hear him tell single women, single black mothers, single men, rate yourself, and he takes you through this process. But at the end of the day, what he's really teaching you is want what's realistic, right? Based on who you are, where you are in the process of your life, and what you want, right? And oftentimes, sometimes, people want the sugar-coated version of it. Sometimes we go to our friends for advice and they kind of give us the watered down version of it. But I'm a firm believer if it was any of my 1, 2, 3 fathers on this podcast, I might be giving them the same version of what Kevin Samuels is delivering. The difference is I know y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I know y'all intimately. What's up, little mama?
Look at this.
Right?
You leave her alone,
So
and I don't even know what that is. I don't know.
Yo, for all my audio viewers, I gotta remember now, we are definitely streaming on the audio platforms too. So to all the audio viewers, listen, audio listeners,
on her head.
Right now, KB has his daughter right now, real time, and he's doing the podcast with us. And as we are doing the podcast, she came back to the screen with this foreign substance on her hand, and it's very sticky. None of us can identify what it is currently.
And he smelled it too.
Yo, KB,
I
just don't
can't identify it.
Don't taste it. Whatever you do, don't taste it.
I ain't no dummy. Got draws on her head.
Probably a booger. So listen.
Draws on her head.
She got draws on her head. Lord Jesus.
I gotta look.
Go ahead. Go into your business.
Yeah, she's enjoying her whole life. She's enjoying every minute of her whole life. Like what?
He took me out.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about?
Gone. My video was gone. So was KB.
KB's the only one gone. I can still see you.
Oh, my bad.
You tripping?
Maybe I had a candy cocktail.
Yeah, maybe. What's in that cigar of yours?
Straight cigar. You know how I do. Listen, Doc, go ahead, man. So, because I know how passionately you feel about this Kevin Samuels issue.
Right, so check this out. Now, if he was talking to me a few weeks ago when I was actually brought this information and how I was brought this information about this individual named Kevin Samuels, you would have got a chance to really see how ugly I could be at certain points in my life. Because what happened was I was brought this context and this content from this individual from a person that was actually very hurt, right? Was very, very still traumatized from my past traumas. So she brought this person to me from a triggered place. So I only looked at him through the eyes of which she presented him to me. Now, over the last 2 weeks, I had the opportunity to sit down and digest some of his content. Now, to be honest with you, I really still don't like the guy. Keep it stacked. I don't appreciate him. There's only thing now I have appreciation for is where his messages are coming from, right? I don't appreciate his delivery, especially, and I want to make this clear, I do not like, accept, respect, or will tolerate anywhere around me how he speaks to women who have children and that are single. Single women with children. I have to phrase that differently. I don't appreciate it. I won't appreciate it.
Why?
Now, what?
How does he talk to them?
Okay, now, good question, both of you. I'm gonna answer yours first, Troy. Why? No, wait. Was that you, Troy? Just say why?
Why?
Okay. So, first and foremost, I'm a product for the first 7 years of my life of a single mother, right? Now, I've had some experiences in that first 7 years of my life that I can recall vividly. You would say, wow, that's pretty deep there because that's a lot of years ago. No. Some of those things are very impressionable in my mind. And some would call them triggers, which they are. But one of those things is that I remember having to lay on my mother's chest, right? Inside of a shelter. And between my mother and I was the only money she had, right? And she had to put it between us and let me sleep on top of her to make sure nobody stole it, right? Now, to anybody who don't know, who don't understand what a New York City shelter looks like, especially back in those early 90 days, look it up, Google it, ain't nothing sweet. But now to answer your question, somewhat at the same time, Swiss, is how does he talk to him? He told, I seen a video where he told a woman that she has babies, and she's a certain age and a certain weight, that she doesn't have value. Like her value to a high value man is none. Now, I have a problem with this high value man thing. We'll get into that later. That's a whole other topic in itself. But for me, as a man, for you to be able to come out of your mouth and speak to a woman who's obviously hurting, right? Obviously coming to you because she needs some sort of healing emotionally of some kind of information, and for you to shoot her the way you shot her, that information to me was uncalled for. It wasn't right, and it's not cool. Just because you want to grow your platform or this is your mannerisms and all the other stuff, I can care less about it. When it comes down to how you speak to women, and this is the topic of the conversation, how do we talk to our women, man? How do we address our women? Do we make it okay to speak to them crazily, to make them feel less than what they already are when they come to us? Or is it our job to uplift our queens, to also hit them with reality, right? Because that's a standpoint he has. But at the same time, when you deliver that reality, it goes back to the statement I made before. Now, check this out. We've all seen the movie, what? Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I said this before on my last podcast I was on earlier. I'm going to say it again. Ace Ventura in that movie, he was delivering the package, right? If you remember in the movie, he had a package he was delivering when he was undercover. He kicked that package down the hallway. He leg dropped it. He threw it. He kicked it against the wall. He did everything in the world to this package, right? But he still delivered the package. When the package got to the dude, the package was supposed to get to, the dude took the package, shook it, looked at it, and heard it was broken and threw it away. Now, this is the same concept we got to think about when we're talking to somebody, how we deliver our words. Because no matter what happens, if you deliver the package to somebody, they can't receive what you're saying if the package is damaged. If the words you're trying to give somebody is trying to help them, comes to them in the most fucked up way, they can't receive it. No matter if you're trying to give them something to change their life. Now, that's my plight with Kevin Samuels. Yes, he's trying to give messages that bring reality to life to all women and men, because let's not get it twisted. He's not just talking to women this way. And this is why I had to even stand back my standpoints from the guy. He talks to men and women the same way. Now, my thing is this. It doesn't matter what you're saying. It doesn't matter what you're saying if how you're saying it is wrong. Because right now, you can tell me you're RJD. You're an asshole. You need to tighten up. Your kids depend on you to be a better individual. I could say, you know what? You're right. But if you come to me and say, you know what? You're a piece of trash. You're never going to get any respect. You don't deserve any respect. When are you going to tighten up? You're fat. You're ugly. Nobody wants you. How could I receive anything from that other than feeling violated?
Doc, let me stop you. Swish, you got anything before I jump in here?
I do. Because as I'm listening, I'm really, really listening. And that analogy was great. The thing about that is, right at the piece of that analogy that you explained, Doc, was when the delivery happened, right? Then the person took it and he shook it. And it wasn't what they was trying to hear. And they got rid of it. It didn't matter how fucked up the shit was when it got to you. It wasn't what you was trying to hear. And I got rid of it. Because
no, like what I'm saying was the package was damaged.
I got you. And I'm with you. But the thing about it is, I'm not trying to like side with the dude or nothing like that. But I do kind of side with him a little bit, because we heard it many times. It's not delivery, right? It's DiGiorno. They made a commercial about it. Even in your own analogy, you said this nigga fucked up the box. And then when it got to the person did not get rid of the box because of the delivery. The person got rid of the box because what they heard inside wasn't what they wanted to hear. They still accepted it. They still took it. You see what I'm saying? And that's, I think, what people be missing too, is that delivery gets fucked up. Yes, it does get fucked up. But what is the message? You've ordered pizza. Did your pizza come cold and you send it back or whatever? It's not about how it got there. It's about how you felt about it when it got there, how you felt about it. Because if it was cold, then you said, I'll still take it and I'll heat it up myself, then it was okay. But if it wasn't, you said, I need my shit hot when I ordered it. It's how you felt about it. Now, I never seen 2 weeks. I didn't do 2 weeks of this guy. I seen one video of this guy, right? But the video that I seen of this guy was with this girl who seemed like she was, you know, I don't know, a younger girl. I didn't know this is the thing that he's, you know, whatever. She was a younger girl. She seemed like she probably was in her 20s or something. Heavy makeup on her face, right? Which is, it was beautiful. It was applied right, but it was obvious. And she was fat. I don't know how fat, but her face was fat. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me twisted. Like, I don't like fat people because I'm here for the cushion and pushing, but that's another. So, like, I'm just saying, you know, because people, you know, when you on a platform, people want to shoot shit down. Like, I'm not here for the shots. I shoot out fat. But listen, like, what I'm saying is, like, the delivery, right? This man told her about herself, and while he's telling about herself, she like making these faces, the type of faces that would make a man feel insecure if she was talking to him on the street, even if he was saying the right shit. And he was saying the right shit. He was just not trying to bag her, and she wasn't feeling the shit that he was saying because how she was saying it. Every time he said something that was right, she made a face. He was like, see, look, even that. And then she would make a face to the face. And it was like, God, I can't say the man is wrong. And he's right. You know, the delivery is harsh. It's harsh, but he don't care. And I realized this man is working from a chart of statistics, right? And Doc, you work from a heart of realistics, right? But y'all are two different people. So at the end of the day, it's going to be different. This man, at the end of the day, probably is going to change way more women than you are because your heart is directed to change men. You know what I'm saying? So, he's going to have men looking flyer and women probably more impacted on the heart. And guys are probably like, damn, I wish I could have said that, but now I understand. And then, you know what I mean? But whatever, you know. But like, yeah, like he doesn't have a heart. He don't know these fucking people, but he doesn't have a heart. Like you have a heart. You have a heart. You don't know these people, but you have a heart. This man is
so let me just say this, because Doc, you talked about, and for those of you who don't know, RJD and I are family, right?
Just throw me
his mother and my father are brother and sister, right? So, Doc, so you talked about being in a shelter. The difference is your mother wasn't looking for a man to change her situation. So a lot of these women who come to Kevin Samuels are saying, I'm looking for a man to do X, Y, and Z. I'm looking for a man with 6 figures. I'm looking for a man to uplift me. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. Your mother specifically, and I can't speak about any other woman out here.
What fuck Kevin Samuels up?
No.
That's a fact.
True.
My mother's a savage. Like,
listen, she's a savage out here. Listen, shout out to my aunt Sharon Rhodes, who's a beast out here in these streets, whether it come to women or men. But she was looking to change her situation on her own by her own means. So a lot of women out who come to Kevin Samuels say, I'm looking for a man who A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? However, what he's saying to them is dissect yourself first. So he's saying, look at yourself, right? Depending on where you are in terms of age bracket, depending on where you are in terms of physical appearance bracket. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, when we see women, what's the first thing we're attracted to? The visual. Shout out to V. Wiley. What she say? Y'all talk about that jerk face ass Kevin Samuels. I think that's his name.
Yeah, yes. We talk about him.
So we talk about him, Queen. What Kevin Samuels is saying is this. recognize where you are in the space and place in your life. A lot of women are saying, I want a 6-figure man, but you have competition, right?
But
Hold on. Let me get there. Let me get there. First of all, he talks about the percentage of Black men out here earning 6 figures, right? 10%, almost 10%. So now let's talk about where you live, whether it's a metropolitan city or whether it's a smaller city. Let's talk about the percentage of the men in your population center that one earns 6 figures. 2, what is it that you bring to the table to attract a man like that? Or to attract a man, any man. So he talked about one time his platform was designed around, because originally he was talking to brothers, and then he took it to the next level and said, hey, let me talk to the sisters out here who are looking for these men, right? Because there's a lot of brothers out here who might not earn 6 figures, but they good dudes. They solid dudes, and they holding it down. But sometimes on both the male and the female side, we want something that's unrealistic based on where we are. Yeah, the heart is strong, but at the end of the day, the heart don't pay no bills, bro.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Yo, shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Stop talking.
The heart don't pay no bills.
But watch, now Kevin. Now, I'm sorry. Now, Troy. Do me a favor. Can I talk for a second?
Go ahead.
Now watch. Do you see what just happened? Just that quick. I know I messed up with the name Swiss, my bad. But Troy just proved what I'm about to say. Mm-hmm. When I came in, I said, shut the fuck up. It was you reacted, Swiss. KB's coming back.
Well, because my AirPods, you came on.
Now watch. You reacted, Swiss, and Troy reacted the same way, right? And then what you didn't give me the same. You didn't give me the respect when I came at you like that. It was no respect between us. But when I asked you, I said, Troy, can I talk now? You was like, sure, go ahead. What I'm telling you, Troy, is I don't care what he's saying. I don't care what he's saying.
But you should.
But you're not hearing me. Let me finish what I'm saying. I don't care what anybody says. It's about how you say it to a person. I don't care if you have charts. I don't care if you have stats. I don't care if you know that they're just pontificating or they're just going off on the hinges. I don't care.
Spell it.
I can't. But
hey, here I go. So I was back there and I was listening while I was doing
give me 1 second, Kate. Give me 1 sec. Because I want to say this last point. It's no matter what was I'm saying to you, Troy, is that I don't care what he's saying. He could be saying the right thing because, like you said, a lot of his thing is the right stuff to tell somebody. But it's about how you give it to him, man. That's just especially
you have a problem with leadership, Doc?
Huh?
Or authority? Do you have a problem with authority figures?
Who, me?
Yeah, like personally. Like, do you have a problem with a person of authority over you?
I don't think so.
You don't know? Do you know for sure?
No, I don't think so.
Like, could you be a soldier? Could you be a soldier?
Could I be a soldier?
Like in the army, like a military?
No, definitely couldn't be in.
Why not?
Couldn't.
Because you can take that screaming?
Nah, I'm definitely not going through that. I'm not giving you that power.
Because you can't take that delivery.
Huh?
Is it the delivery?
Absolutely. If that's the case, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Because I'm like,
all right, let me get my 2 cents in here since I've been listening to y'all go in. So yeah. I got a couple, much like Troy. At first, I just seen those little clips and I was like, yo, I'll snuff dude. He talked to me like this. But as I was listening to him and I came back and I was like, you know what? I cannot fault him because one, it's his brand. So this is the way he makes money. You come to him. I'm sorry. If you know how I deliver my message and you decide to come to me anyway, Listen, I might be serving up this steak, but I'm serving it up on a dumpster lid. If you decide to eat it or not, that's on you. I can't be mad at him about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So even though I hate the way he speaks to women, even though I hate his delivery, you're the one coming to. He's not seeking you out. You're coming in on his platform and you're asking him exactly what you want to hear. And you've heard him before 9 times out of 10, so you know exactly what to expect. I can't fault him on that. He has a platform, he's trying to build it, and this is the way that he built it. I don't believe if he's working one on one with somebody, that's the way that he's going to interact with it. That's just personally me. Number two, if he was to ever talk to me like that, I'll snuff him.
So let me just say this, because a lot of people focus on what he's saying to women, but I want y'all to understand his platform was originally geared toward men. And if you hear him he has the same conversation with men that he is having with women.
I'm not gonna lie,
right?
when he's talking to the men, it's funny as hell. It's a
So
double
prime
standard.
example.
It's a double standard. I know.
It's not a double standard.
But it's hilarious as hell, my G.
So listen, he had a dude on, right? And he was asking the dude, he said, well, tell me about your interests. You know, so the dude is hemming and hawing. He said, listen, you're not telling me what your interests are. And the dude said, well, I didn't grow up that way. I didn't have that kind of family. He said, well, how old are you? Dude said, I'm 35. At 35, you now have the option to change your life. Your financial place in life or your financial standing has nothing to do with your interest, because your interest may be geared around where you are financially. But just because you didn't grow up learning to play tennis, learning to ski, learning to play golf, learning football, learning basketball, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that you can't change that place where you are in your life today. Right? So he's saying, listen, dudes, fellas, if you out here and you earn $40,000 a year and you 5'6" and you overweight, the pool of women that you are looking to date is different than somebody who might be like RJD, who's 6'3", 195 pounds, right? How tall are you?
I'm about to say, nigga, I'm not no 6'3", 6 foot.
Whatever, 6 feet, whatever it is.
Nigga,
But you
like
handsome.
Stop it. We stand shoulder to shoulder.
You in shape. Hold on, but let's just be clear about it. Whatever, you in shape. You a good earner, right? You are where you should be financially. The pool of women open up to you differently. That's all that he's saying to men and women. So he's saying to men and women, he's saying to women, listen, if you're, and he's saying, listen, rate yourself. If you come out the gate, and he talked to a young lady, he said, rate yourself. She said, well, I wake up in the morning, I'm a 5, but when I put on my makeup, I'm a 6. Baby girl.
What?
Baby girl.
But now,
Hold on, Doc.
But hold on, Troy, because I gotta stop you. What are we talking about now? We asking ourselves to rate ourselves now. Like this is what it's coming down to.
But come on, Doc? Let's keep it up. Let's keep it a stack, bro. When we see women,
yo, Troy, the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, bro. What I think is bad if I think it's something's a 10, you might think it's a 2.
How many ugly bitches you dated? How many?
First of all,
how many ugly women have you dated?
I was about to correct you. I was about to say, first of all, I haven't dated no ugly bitches in my life.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
Period.
Ladies, I'm sorry.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, because that's first and foremost. Secondly,
my apologies. How many non-attractive women have you dated?
To my liking, none. But to you, but listen to me. But to you and to somebody else, they might not have been that. To me, I have never taken no losses when it comes down to that, to the looks in my categories. because I've chosen that. Now, when it comes down to it, I chose that. Now, what I call sexy or what I call beautiful, that don't have to be the same thing for every man in these streets. And this is what I'm trying to get to. You can't.
But he's talking about the average. He's not talking about the heart.
We're not talking about heart either, Troy. What I'm talking about is individuals. I'm talking about individuals right now. Right now, there's 4 individuals on this panel right now. If you take our answers collectively, yes, you can have it. You can have an average. But if you're talking about individuals, you can't have an average. You can't rate the individual.
You can. Okay. Swiss, how many non-attractive women have you dated?
To Swiss is what I'm trying to say to you.
Hold on. How many non-attractive women have you dated?
I'm gonna have to go with Doc on this one, man. I'm gonna have to go with Doc on this. I got
okay. So y'all listen. KB.
I got 0.
I'm gonna give it to you raw. I dated about 3 ugly individuals, but they had great personalities. So to me, the attractiveness goes definitely beyond on the outside.
Did you marry him?
One.
Did you marry him?
One.
Did you wife him?
Yeah,
I said one.
Is she still your wife?
No.
Okay.
But see, Troy, you're doing the same dumb shit Kevin Samuels do. It's like, oh, so are you still with him? No, obviously not, nigga. Because I said that they wasn't the one in the beginning of the conversation. So what did that prove? The fact that
that's what he's talking about. He's saying they're not the one for a variety of different reasons. Oh, she has a good heart. Listen, and ladies, let me be clear. I'm not in no way, shape, fashion, or form. I don't like his delivery. I don't like his approach to women. But we're talking about statistics. We're talking about the averages. We're talking about where you are in life today and what it is that you're looking for versus the pool of women or men around you who might have a different standing in life. And he's not saying, listen, what he's saying is, listen, if you are a woman or if you are a man and you are a $50,000 earner and you are average looking, average body type, don't expect that you're going to go out here and bag the best because your competition is fierce.
But Troy, that's what I'm trying to explain to you, bro. Like, do you hear what you are pumping? Do you hear what this man is pumping? He's telling people that just because of where you look, you can't survive. You can't strive to go higher because of the way you are. Like, yo, I'm not preaching that. I'm not going to tell somebody who may be fat, who might have a little dick, who might be ugly. I'm not going to ever tell that person he can't go out there and find somebody who's bad, who's beautiful, that won't love him. Why? Because it's going to demote his character. Why? It's going to defeat the purpose of him coming to my platform to begin with. The person's looking for some confidence from somehow or another, and they're reaching out. Now, it's a dumbass place if you go to that place looking for confidence. Absolutely, you should call me. All right, JD, the perfect gentleman, character and confidence building coach. So if you do need me, outstanding plug. If you do need me, click the link in my bio. But the truth is, you can't go to a fountain that's dry looking for water. So you can't go to somebody looking for confidence.
In all fairness, that dude needed to come down. Like, we got to look at it at an individual. Now, when it comes to the way he talks and berates women, or just his mentality towards women, I think he's diabolical. But is what he's saying not truthful? We cannot go against that. I'm not saying
that.
Good, then we could concede and agree on that. Number two, that one dude where he was talking about in terms of confidence, the dude needed to be come down off his high horse anyway. Like that one, the one that he asked him, are you packing? And he was like, nah. The dude was like, he ain't never approached a female. He want females to come to him. He's making $400 a week. Every 2 weeks. Like, no, you need to come down off your high horse, bro. So I just think we have to, just like you're asking us to individualize everything, I think we have to also look at it individually as well.
Absolutely.
His standpoint
absolutely.
is, I think he's doing it for show. That's just personally me. I think he's really doing it so he could build this brand. So because I don't believe if he had a one-on-one paying client that he would treat them the way that he treat the people that's on with 400 other people. He's doing this to build a brand, bro.
Yo,
He's
listen.
going and it's gonna work for him.
Completely.
And it's gonna work for him because we on this podcast talking about him now.
Yo, and let me tell you, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna keep it a stack, even on this platform. The reason I used his name right now is because it's a trending topic and I wanted the views. Transparency like a mug. But listen, the truth for real. The truth for real.
Read Latanya's comment down there because we've been getting some good comments in there.
Shout out to y'all in the comment section. We over here going so crazy right now. I'm gonna put something up there. There's a lot of people out here who just want legit love and will help their partner come up where they are. Absolute facts. Absolute facts.
So can I say something to that, Latanya?
Absolutely.
Listen, I don't disagree with you one bit, but there are a lot of sisters out here who take men in and say, I can change him. I can love him. I can mold him. I can make him who he wants to be. The reality is, if he does not have the drive, the determination, and the motivation to be better, you are just wasting your time.
You're gonna end up with
and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. And he's gonna feed you a bunch of lies and a bunch of bullshit. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, but I love him so much. Listen, love only goes but so far. At the end of the day, love only goes but so far.
This is a great time to plug. That's my baby mama right there. Her name is Latoya, and she's got a book out. So y'all go ahead and support that and buy that book. It's very,
go ahead,
very
guys, support that book. Listen, Leona Fowler.
Buy that book.
Hold that comment up there. Hold it up there. What are you guys' thoughts on B. Simone, who talks harsh or has strong delivery to women about their looks? Is it okay coming from a woman?
What did B. Simone talk about?
Yeah, you know what? This week,
research.
Yeah, let us dive in on her this week because I really don't like talking from a place that I don't know. Like that's one of my big things. If I don't know her, I've heard of her, but I've never heard of her work or her content. So let us have this week to listen to her, and we'll come back and definitely address it next week. As a matter of fact.
So let me just say this real quick, and we'll come back to B. Simone another week. I've listened to B. Simone, and what she's telling women is, listen, you can't be out here looking raggedy, expecting the bag. You can't be out here. Listen, she's telling ladies, get yourself together. Get yourself together in the gym. Get yourself together in your thought process. Get yourself together physically before you think about approaching a certain type of man. Listen, there's some men out here, listen, they like the BBWs. They like the S, super size, whatever it is, plus size, whatever the initials are. We're talking about the few. What Kevin Samuels and B. Simone are talking about, they're talking about the majority, right? We're talking about a minority few who think about from the heart. But there are plenty of men and women out here who have loved a man or a woman from the heart, and they did them no good.
Shitted on them.
Period. They fed them a bunch of lies and a bunch of bullshit. And they had great dreams and great aspirations, maybe, but they had no idea. They didn't have the confidence to put their plan in place. And at the end of the day, a woman can only take a man, and a man can only take a woman, but so far in their confidence. I can only take you but so far.
Hold on, Troy. I don't want to keep going because we're coming down to the last few. So let's address this comment right here. She said, but he makes it clear with women that they make that they money is irrelevant. He said men want sex, sandwich, and silent. So is that what it is there? Y'all really that shallow?
Some men are.
Some men.
So
it's not worse than what it really is.
Talking about Troy.
What stance
is it? Go ahead, Swiss.
I mean, you know, it ain't. I don't believe it's a shallow thing, and you know, like for a woman's money to be irrelevant, I would think it would be great for the woman. Like, yo, your money is, you know, nothing here. You know, you can't put a price on the things that I need from you, which is this sandwich, which is you to be around me, but I don't want to ignore you, but I just like some silence right now. So if you talk, I'm going to ignore you. That's not going to work out for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what other thing where she said sex, silence, and a sandwich or something. It's really like, how easy would it be for you to just bring your man a sandwich and be, and it's not like a caveman beat over the head type of thing. Like, there is give and take. There is, you know, we know that there's more than that, but we
It's a time and a
really
place.
require a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, if you want to say that that's shallow, then you know that's a point of view that you're entitled to. Everybody's entitled to
Now
that. But I don't think
you
that's
replace
you know,
that
a
sandwich with a hot
complex
meal.
split.
You
You know what I'm saying? For
replace
me,
that
I'm good
sandwich
with
with
that
a hot
sandwich. Like
meal.
honestly, I might
Yo,
put
With
on
some
the oxtail and
with
tell you
some
to make
curry,
me a
go to some
turkey.
fried chicken.
No,
Mm.
I think what
now
you're
hold
talking.
on.
I think it's all has its place in time. So sometimes that's what we need. Other times we need a sounding board. Other times, I mean, it's just the same way with y'all. Like for real,
Right.
sometimes y'all need us just to shut up and listen to y'all. And be us being men, we want to offer a way of a solution. When really all you guys need us to do is just shut up and listen. We don't know how to necessarily do that because we look at it as you giving us a problem, and
that we got to
for us to
fix.
put this together, this Rubik's cube, and give it back to you with a solution. Sometimes that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to get you to stop talking and let us fix it and hand it back to you. So therefore, you don't have to ever talk about this situation again, where really you're just venting. So we just got to get that communication, that line of communication together.
Yo, check this out. Check this out, because we're literally coming down to the last few minutes, and we haven't even begun to
My boy
even
Derek.
talk about. Yeah, we haven't even begun to talk about Derek. So,
Fuck
um,
Derek. Yeah, Derek is a foul ass nigga. Let's just be clear. He foul. And
Yes,
we can
boy.
save him for next week. He
yo,
foul.
yo, listen. You
Yes,
know what we're
I'm
gonna do?
sorry.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about Derek next week, and we're gonna talk about B Simone. That's what we're gonna do. So next week we're gonna chomp in to Derek. So if you're watching this right now and you don't know who Derek Jackson is, check into him this week. Do your research. If you probably been under a rock, you haven't checked on none of your social media in the last 2 weeks. If
Do
you
your
don't know who
Googles.
we're talking about, but definitely do your Google research, and check on to see who he is and what he's about and what
Well, let me
this.
just tell you what he's about real quick, just in case you don't know.
But now hold
So
on, Troy.
Derek,
Nah, hold on. We only got 8 minutes left. We
okay,
got
I'm
we got.
gonna make it quick though. I'm gonna make it quick. Derek Samuels, I mean Derek Jackson, Kevin Samuels, two opposite ends of the spectrum. Kevin Samuels is talking about, men and women, get your shit together. Derek Jackson is out here destroying men, talking about if you cheat, there's no sympathy, there's no this and there's no that. And he was doing it. He was a dirtbag. He was a scumbag. Listen, and shout out to all the scumbags out there, because the scumbags listen to our show. Shout out to all the scumbags. But Derek Jackson was the worst kind of scumbag
Oh,
because he was
man.
destroying men, and he was doing exactly what he was telling women not to forgive men for doing. He got his side chick pregnant. He did a live from outside his side chick's crib, and then he turned around and brought his, and I'm gonna tell you why he's really a dirtbag, because he turned around and he brought his wife on social
Use that as
media
a shield.
and he used it as a shield, right? He sat there. Listen, he didn't get her fixed up. He had his wife on social media looking like a hood booger,
Yeah, is that a
looking like
girl?
a hood booger,
Were they holding hands?
right? And
Oh no, he
listen,
was
and she
squeezing
was
the hell
looking
out of her
crazy.
hand.
Listen, she didn't have nothing to
Did
do
she
with
have
what he did.
glasses?
Listen, she had on a Scully and some sweat
Cisco.
bra. She looked like she didn't wash her coochie.
Oh,
I'm, don't throw me out. Don't throw me out.
Damn
I'm
it,
just
man.
saying. That's
Damn
how
it,
he had his wife on social media looking. And then they both taking the social media platforms. And she out here
man.
talking about,
the only
oh,
reason I don't throw him out is because the nigga telling the truth, man.
listen, she out here talking about the devil breaking her marriages. No, the devil wasn't breaking her marriages. Your husband was. But that's next week. Listen,
Yo, he gonna say his next week. He just gave the whole show. Like,
Nah, we're gonna dig deep into it. Because listen, at the end of the day, as men, we've all done dirty.
yeah,
We've all done
Listen,
dirty, right?
you absolutely right.
again,
I'm
and
gonna keep it a stack.
yeah, that's a fact. But
We've all
listen,
done dirty.
when it comes to him though, my biggest plot against him is the simple fact that he tore down to uplift. And when I
Mm-hmm.
tell you he tore brothers down, like, and he was gaining an audience with the ladies, but man, he was just tearing the brothers down. And
So we
to be on, and let's be completely honest, what he was saying wasn't bad at all. It really wasn't. What he was saying was truthful. But I just think that you didn't have to tear the brothers down to be able to get to that point. And I seen a good friend of mine's on her gram. She had a clown face on, and she was like, "This is the only man who played me for Egypt."
so listen, we got 4 minutes. We're gonna give our imperfect father tip for the day, and then we're gonna get out of here. Doc, I see you, bro. I see you. So I'm gonna give mine real quick. So every week we give imperfect father tip. Mine is self-care. Listen, if you are struggling emotionally, if you are struggling mentally, if you're struggling in your relationship, in your marriage, if you're struggling with your kids, your spouse, your wife, listen, seek the necessary mental support, therapy, because at the end of the day, it's important. Because a lot of us out here struggling to get through the basic, we're struggling to get through minute by minute. So my self-care tip is seek therapy. It's important. You need it, right? We go to the gym, we take care of our bodies, we take our cars to the car wash, we go to the clothing store, right? So we can look good. Do the same thing for your mind. Do the same thing for your heart. That's it.
All right,
Yeah,
so
KB.
I guess I'll give mine. Um, I focus on the physical, self care. So men, sexercise is an exercise. Get it in. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We gonna get some followers on that one. That's a wonderful clip.
Exercise is an
Sex aside,
exercise.
get it
Get
in.
it in.
Yo,
Swiss,
Swizz, what you
what you
got, man?
got for the single fathers out here, man?
Well, for the single fathers, especially after that, just know the contexts will change. Yours, mine, ours. Your child, my child, our child. Don't let it affect you, brother. Okay? Keep sex aside. And I'm
Yo, these men are some fools, but they are telling the truth. Y'all laughing, but those two was some very, very valuable nuggets, man. They not lying. From a standpoint of understanding during a relationship, things happen. There are emotions that go up and down. So when those emotions go up and down, words come out, right? Words come out when at the peak of emotions, and words come out at the lower end of emotions. And sometimes what is said at the peak of the emotions aren't the same thing that is said at the lower version. So don't let that get into your way. Like Swiss said, that's a powerful statement, Swiss, because
oh
he
yeah.
knows that firsthand, and we all do it as a matter of fact, because we do it in our own households. Like you get your child, go get your son, get your daughter in here tripping. It's definitely something that could be triggering to somebody out there. So
Oh,
that's important to say that.
that child that just came in here with all that stuff on her hand, that was definitely her child.
Okay. And
Definitely.
see, now let me show you something. So KB doesn't normally get thrown out, but he's gonna get thrown out right there. I don't know
KB
why. I
baby.
just felt like throwing him out. It just
KB
felt like
baby.
a reason to throw him out.
KB baby came on the screen like
Yo, listen, man, we got 2 minutes to get out of here, man. Listen, my confidence tip of the week is this, y'all. Check out and see what triggers you, right? Because you never know. Your triggers might be really what's stopping you from being the most confident version of yourself. You never know. Like whatever that thing is that's triggering your emotions to make you think and react a certain way might be the same thing that's holding you back from really propelling you to be who you want to be, not only for yourself, but in public, at your jobs, even in situations, everyday life. Having confidence is being yourself, who you are at all times of the day, no matter where you go. And in order to do that, you really got to check in with yourself and know yourself inside and out. So I'm going to echo the same sentiments as Troy. If you do or you don't, still go talk to a therapist, because if you think you don't, you might just have some issues that you need to address so you can move forward in your confidence and be the best version of yourself for not just yourself, but your family and your loved ones. Listen, guys, this has been a phenomenal conversation as usual. I hope you guys got a chance to really hear us out and hear us where we came from. Next week is going to be another phenomenal conversation. Tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? Send your comments, your love. If you got anything you want to say to us throughout the weeks, tap in with us on our platforms. We are on the same platform on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So check us out. With that being said, guys, you guys know the vibe. Fathers, to the world, you're just a dad. But to your family, you are the world. Don't you never forget that. But until the next time we see y'all again, be good to yourself and the ones around you. But if you can't be good to the ones around you, it's all right. Just get those folk from around you. This is RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, and this has been the Imperfect Fathers Podcast. We up out of here, y'all. Peace.